For my first forgotten fork pull, I'm going to be making butterbean pie. This recipe comes from Bertie County, North Carolina. Let's get started. First things first, I'm going to need a pound of butterbeans. It's butterbeans because it says so on the jar. I've got my pound of butterbeans in here, and I'm going to add 8 cups of water and let them soak overnight. Alright, it's the next day. You can tell because I'm wearing a different shirt. Okay, my beans have been soaking overnight, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain them, rinse them, and then put them in my pot. To my beans, I'm going to add 6 cups of chicken broth. That's 4. I'll get the others in a minute. 1 diced onion and a couple of garlic cloves minced. And a big old ham hock. I'm going to let this sit on the stove. I'm going to bring it to a boil, and then once it starts to get a rolling boil, I'm going to turn it down to simmer for an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. While my beans are cooking, it's time for the pie part of butterbean pie. I wouldn't even call this pie. I would call it beans and dumplings. And according to some stuff that I was looking up, a lot of them don't even call it butterbean pie in this area of North Carolina. They call it beans and pastry. And a lot of them call chicken and dumplings chicken and pastry. So I'm going to be making like Cracker Barrel style dumplings to go in with this. I've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and I've got 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to just do a little bit of salt, just a little bit. And then I'm going to cut in some butter. And this is how I like to cut my butter in. I'm doing just a couple of tablespoons. Get that in there. And then cut it in with your hands. Get all in there and use your fingers until you have those like kinetic sand feeling. Now that I got my dough feeling a little bit like it's about to be kinetic sand, it's time to add in about 1 cup of milk. And I'm just going to gradually add it in and mix it in with my hands until I've got a good dough that I could roll out and cut. Dump out your dough on a floured surface, and we're going to roll this puppy out.
So this recipe is based off images that I saw of this. I could not find a recipe. So here I am cutting little squares, but the pictures I saw were actually more like strips, but that doesn't do anything to the flavor.
I'm gonna put these on a floured plate to hold them until I'm ready to drop them in.
Okay, now I'm going to take the ham hock out, shred it, and put it back in the pot. And I say, oh, don't judge my cutting board. It's plastic. I know, microplastics. And then I take it out, and then I walk away from the camera for some reason. So I will not make you endure that. Yes, I'm doing another voiceover because I'm realizing just how southern and slow I talk on video, and that's boring to other people. All right, what you're going to do is put your meat back in and you boil it. I added salt, pepper, and paprika because I like it. And now I'm slowly dropping in the dumplings a little bit at a time so they don't stick. And after I turn it down, and I let it sit for 15 to 30 minutes on simmer to cook the dough.
While this is finishing off, I'm actually going to drop in the last little bit of butter I have left. Couple more tablespoons of butter. Make it real rich. That's pretty good, Bertie County. I think myself, I'd probably, if I do this again, I'd probably do another ham hock or 2 in there, just to give it some more of that good smoky flavor. But this is, I can already tell this is going to be very filling. It's so dense and good. That was my first forgotten fork pull, so y'all send them my way. This was fun. I really enjoyed doing this.